wait a minute. Everyone in here get a dessert. Oh, this is going. Oh, this is going to get. This is going to get tricky.
No pressure.
You had a little. Look at the whole outtake.
Here's the 2023. 'Tis the season, it's 2022 in the college education at Michigan State University. I'm Eric Sturdy, Senior Director of Development for the college education, and we are here with Jerlando F.L. Jackson, our new Dean for the college education. Welcome. Started back on July 1st. What are some of your first initial thoughts?
It's going great. It's been a great journey to be here since July. I've enjoyed meeting and working with all in the college, including alum, as well as donors, and especially getting to work with you.
Well, thank you. I've enjoyed our time together, and I can speak on behalf of the donors and alumni that have met you so far this year. They've all been thrilled. So why don't we start out by taking our desserts and jumping into what I would call our holiday celebration. What are some of your favorite holiday traditions when you were a kid growing up in the South?
Decorating a tree was always a special time as a child growing up. I appreciated caroling. That was not only interesting to do, but also to have come to the house, other carolers. And then I always had a healthy fear that I would get cold in my eyes if I didn't go to sleep at night with them really closed tightly. And those are some of the remaining memories I have of childhood Christmas.
You know, the future has endless opportunities with you at the helm. Talk to us about what you've seen so far, what inspires you in 2023 and beyond, and some of your initial thoughts as far as where the college education can go.
As you mentioned, we do have great possibilities, and the future is very bright. It's a very strong college to start with. The alumni base is amazing. I was able to be introduced to them through the outreach that they made upon my announcement. The faculty are, forward-thinking, transforming the way the fields of education and kinesiology are impacting the world. And there's a lot to build on there. We have amazing students who are introducing new ideas in the classroom, sparking the thinking and innovation among the faculty that translates into new research areas. So as we look at 2023 and beyond, we have a great opportunity to lead where all of education and other colleges and schools of education might go.
Okay, well, let's have some fun here. I understand that you were on the drum line in college?
Correct.
Okay, I want to impromptu set here. Pick up your fork and your knife.
All right.
I've never played the drum before. What can you teach me?
Well, I'll teach you a paradiddle. It is a rudiment.
Okay.
So in percussion, you said drumline, but I did march drumline, but I was a percussionist. The rudiments were fundamental to developing your skills, hand motion, and ability to read music.
All right.
And so a paradiddle is exactly where it sounds.
Okay.
Par, ra, did, to, par, ra, did, to. Ra, did, to, par, ra, did, to, par, ra, did, to, par, ra. And that is one of the basic rudiments that you learn. And that's usually rudiment number one in every beginner percussion book.
And I think we're up for dessert number 3.
All
this
right.
Is very festive.
Hint of mint? chocolate for sure.
It's a surprise.
It is. It's very good. Tell us about what motivates you and where do you draw your motivation when it comes to being a dean and a leader in education?
Oh, well, for me, my motivation has always been in creating opportunities for others. What's really nice about, education in general, but also taking on leadership roles in education is that fundamentally education is a core component of any healthy community, any healthy country, and it's a pathway not only for career opportunities, but towards civility, citizenship, and all that makes human and mankind special. And so with that in mind, being able to be a kind of caretaker of that kind of tried and true way to which one could lead toward a better life has always been rewarding for me. And in this new role, because of the positionality of the college and how important it is viewed as how education and educators think about their work, it's just a special feeling every day to get up to be able to move forward in and through the college as we think about how education can impact the world in a very special way.
And when you think about mentors, people that helped you get to this point in your life and your career, anybody that comes to mind that has prepared you to be this dean and this dean role?
Oh, many. Many have played an important role. I'll begin with my parents, though. If it were not for them, I wouldn't have had the courage of freedom to just dream and follow those dreams. And so my father being in the military, which created a whole new life infrastructure for us, was a transformative experience. Watching my mother go from working as a secretary to now being a manager at the managerial supervisor role in the Department of Defense was inspiring. And then along the way, I've had mentors who just took to me and invested in ways. And I would say my first mentor was my band director in high school, Mr. Vincent Rossi. Spent a lot of time with me. He was a percussionist, and I followed in his footsteps in a lot of ways. But he created a pathway for me and role modeled a level of professionalism that I greatly appreciated. And then the next opportunity I had that was, I would argue, kind of transformative was as I was working on my master's degree at Auburn University, Dr. James C. Brown. You gotta remember the C. We met on a very frequent basis about strategies related to graduate school, career opportunities, what I might see next. He would regularly pull me into meetings I wouldn't normally be in just so that I could see how they were managed and handled, which was very eye-opening. And then I would say maybe the last person I'll just I'll mention too, and there are many others, but Dr. Larry Ebers at Iowa State, he was more than a mentor, he was also a sponsor. So he opened doors, and that's a special, set of relationships and beliefs when someone will open doors for you, vouch for you, make opportunities available. And he did serve as an interim dean for a brief moment, but he spent a good part of his career working in the dean's office. And so we had great appreciation for that work together.
All right, we're on to our fourth dessert of the 6. This one has whipped cream on it. This is speaking my love language. This looks like some sort of caramel, and you can't go wrong with caramel.
So you think about the holidays?
What's getting you excited? You're going to have some time off. Hopefully you can break away from the emails and team meetings and Zoom meetings. Any big plans coming up between now and January 2nd?
I'm looking forward to watching sports, and I'm also looking forward to gathering in the holidays with family. So we'll be in the South.
Okay.
It'll be a great opportunity to reconnect, a little warmer weather, and so I hopefully I get a few days to kind of decompress, reconnect with those that I actually don't get to see often anymore. I've been in the Midwest for quite some time, and it's always good to be able to go back and just remember and have good memories of the past. I think that's shortbread.
Tasty.
It's shortbreadish.
Yeah.
So when you're not working, which is hard to believe since I think I've received emails from you as early as 3 a.m. in the morning, and I've seen you at meetings as late as probably 10 p.m. at night. What do you do as far as hobbies? What do you do to decompress and get away from the whirlwind of MSU and the college education?
Well, I'm not good at the hobbies right now, or getting to them, but certainly working on my golf swing is a priority. And so playing golf is something that is become a rewarding experience for me.
I know you enjoy a good Arnold Palmer, so that fits well with your interest in golf. And by the way, I golf, so if anybody's interested in scheduling a tee time with the Snowmelts, you can contact me at sturdyjr@msu.edu. So golf it's going to be next year for alumni, donors, and faculty and staff who are interested in joining us. And as we roll into the new year, let's eat our last dessert that is fittingly looks like a ball. And as the ball drops and we finish out 2022, any New Year resolutions you may have?
Yes. More time on hobbies. Definitely more time on ensuring that the College of Education is at the top of the list. And that's every list. But certainly strengthening my Spartan spirit and power will be a priority for me as I continue to become, a part of this community. The understanding and learning the histories and customs and traditions only makes taking on this leadership role a little easier, because the why behind the what that we do and what we think about starts to connect, bring meaning together. And so I've got great excitement about what 2023 will look like and beyond. And this holiday season will be a time for me where I can pause and be thankful for all the opportunities that have been given to me and what may be before me in the future.
Well, I will raise a glass to that. Cheers to 2023. And let's thank Dean Jerlando Jackson for being here today and spending some time getting to know the college education, us getting to know him. And we look forward to doing this again next year about this time. If not, maybe another holiday. Cheers.